Hello, Internet, and welcome back to whatever this series is. I've come to a determination, or rather, well, come to a decision, bit of a determination, and a course of action, all wrapped up into one, as I head back towards the station here. So last episode, we tried some missions, we tried to do the making money, and I think technically speaking, it does work. It's a viable way to progress. That said, it's kind of a crummy way to progress. Uh, Basically what you'd have to do, from the look of things, I did some looking into that search and rescue mission. Apparently the things, I may have done this on video. Uh, the little things you find are tiny, nearly impossible to find in space, so best of luck. And really, without a jump drive, it's either that or the ore supply missions and just hope that they have easy ores. I think you could do it like this, but if the only way... The sort of premise behind this was I wanted to be a space delivery guy and progress through the game by making space deliveries. With the ranges that those deliveries have to happen, you could probably do it if you had like multiple stations close together, but I really don't think it's that viable. It's doable, don't, but it's not fun. So with all that said, we're going back to this station because I've had a bit of a change of plans and some new information. So as I stated at the beginning, the sort of tangential secondary goal of this series was to end up being collected by Splitsie doing his collector thingy. A new episode of that just got released. There's probably a whole lot of people on this server kind of doing what I'm doing right now. But, yeah, there's some new information about where I can maybe go to make that part of this happen. And I think what I've come to is that for this sort of goal, the quickest way to get to a point where you can, travel through the stars and get places is to just do the straight vanilla, mine, get a bunch of stuff, boom, bang, bosh. With the new information, I should also be able to skip needing a jump drive because I have a theoretical, at least, location of where to go. So, the new plan, we're going to this station. We are going to donate our lovely... Oh, that's the wrong mouse, that's why I can't look. We're going to donate our lovely delivery van. Maybe some of these friendly folk here at this station. Oh, they've changed their beacon. Again, new information's come to light. But we're going to bring this here. We're going to donate it to some lucky soul who might have a jump drive lying around to swap into it. And then I'm going to start over. I'm going to respawn to a new place and use that new place to get me where I need to go. So this has essentially gone from quirky way to play the game to speedrun. Now, I will be curious if anyone's actually here. Actually, it looks like... Huh. Okay, so the booze bus is... They mean that literally. It looks like that's headed off. They must have left a little transmitter beacon inside here. So, they've probably also headed for wherever the destination now is. Yeah, so there are some people about. They've just kind of left little transmitters around the place. That's kind of neat. Actually, I don't want to be in here, do I? Because in here, not only could no one actually take this thing over, but I also couldn't, well, I can't build, and I'm going to need to build. So, free with pickup, space delivery van, lightly used, runs great, needs jump drive. So yeah, there's that. We'll just leave this sitting here for anyone who wanders to this station to check out. Let's see. I guess we're gonna dump everything. Toggle that off. What I may do real quick, just, you know, I'd hate for someone to pick this thing up and be confused as to what I mean by needs jump drive. Yeah, so we'll dump all that into cargo. Take out our steel and... Where's jump? Oh, no. Okay, never mind. I can't build a jump drive, so... Yeah, we'll just kinda... Nah, we'll leave this closed. They're smart, whoever's... You know, whoever this is, so they'll figure out what I mean. So, deposit everything. Leave the door open. And... transfer to nobody. So, yep. If someone wants it, it's here. So now, with nowhere to respawn, goodbye. I'm going to the moon of Titan. Maybe if it ever streams in. Hmm. It's thinking real hard about Titan. Huh. Well, this is odd. Uh... Well, I just heard landing gear lock, so I think I'm already down. Ooh, boy. I've never had the, game think this hard about me spawning somewhere. Oh, that's interesting. So... I closed the message of the day, which hides what server I'm on. The respawn thing has come back again. I have a survival kit available. What if I respawn there? Because I turned off the other one, so it shouldn't be a thing. Okay, we're gonna try... Yeah, we're gonna try and leave and come back and see if that fixes anything. Because that felt like a bit of a glitch. Oh, yep. Perfect. Here I am on an ice lake. Yes, this is exactly where I need to be. So I think my plan here... kind of rapid fire progress. I need... What do I need for things? Gonna need a battery. Gonna need basic assembler and refinery. Then I should be able to build myself some form of rocket ship to get out of here. Now there are some notable perks to this moon, which many of you are probably familiar with. Chief among them being, despite there not being any real oxygen here, there is an atmosphere, which means I can use the atmospheric thrusters on this pod to fly around. It also means I can take these atmospheric thrusters, convert them into a little mining ship. That'll get me the resources I need to do what I need to do. How best to do that? We'll start with landing gear. And then Oh, actually, what am I doing? I'd need to start with the battery on that pod, and obviously I don't have that. Also, there we go. New plan, then. We'll convert this into a miner. Real kind of quick and dirty. But it should be enough to get us stuff quicker than hand mining. Alright, and then I need tubes. What has small steel tubes in it that I don't need? Oh. No, that's got one. The conveyors? Conveyors might. Nope. Yeah, there may be a cinch in this plan. Okay, plan 3. We just won't worry about it being piped, and we'll just build the stuff for a drill. Because in reality, the transferring stuff by hand isn't really the annoyance. It's the everything else. I should also probably test. So, on these, there is one lifting hydrogen thruster. If I use that as my lift, I can reposition these thrusters to be all the directions, and because we're on a moon, I shouldn't need that much thrust to actually lift myself around. So we'll have a pusher there, we'll do sideways thrust. Now this will mean I'm burning, well, ice directly because there's no tank on these. But that shouldn't matter because I'm on an ice lake. So one of the first things I can do is just gather some ice in the drill, throw it in the O2H2, and that should be all I need. Now. Yeah, we'll just... This doesn't have to be pretty. So now we get rid of some of this junk. I need... get rid of more junk so I can reach what I need to get rid of. Come on, give me... There we go. We grind out that. We'll grind and repair this thing, and I have antennas, just because that's something else I need to unlock. But then we can probably get rid of it too. Alright. Do I have everything? Yes, I think I have everything for remote. Place it here. And the last thing I'm gonna need is a gyro. And actually, that's gonna cause an issue. Oh no, it won't, because a small grid gyro does not need a grid. Thought it did, but... Oh no, it needs a large steel tube. That's gonna be my kicker. Because normally you have to sacrifice one of your thrusters for it. Yeah, there's not one in that. There's another small steel tube there. Well. Okay, it's a bit wild. We're gonna not have a forward thruster. My thinking here, because this grid is going to be mostly pointing kind of down to mine stone with its drill, I should be able to get away with not having this because I can use my lifting thrust to push forward. I'll be sitting kind of on this forward thrust. It'll be a little weird, but because I'm, in theory, always pointing nose down, it should work. Oh, nuts. Okay, new plan. New plan number 3. We're going to control you. I think all the thrusters... Oh no, the hydrogen thruster won't be on. So there we go. Let's turn off auto lock. We will press the accursed P. And now we're just gonna jet ourselves to the stone. And then I'm gonna take all the thrusters off once the drill is kind of, you know, pointing in. And that's how we're gonna do it. Because I can't have both at the same time. And there we go. So now, on you go. We should be good. I just want to turn it off before it gets full. It may or may not actually get full. Okay. Good enough. So that's a little bit of stone. Hopefully this will be enough to, I guess, get a basic assembler up first and foremost. We'll get some more steel so that we can place the stuff we need. And we get battery, basic assembler, basic refinery, and I need the interior plate for this. Fine then. Battery goes there. That on there. Then get all the bits. Alright, it's getting kind of the last minuscule bits of stone it's gonna get. It does keep going. What I may actually do here, because I don't have this pipe, I don't strictly need it to be, well, I don't have to extend it in any special way. So if I just kind of build a few blocks, I guess put one up here, I can just keep walking this drill manually forward, keeping it connected to power, and drilling more stone. All the while getting all the stuff I need for this. In hindsight, I should have built that even closer to here. Ooh. Uh-oh. 10 minutes until a server restart. That's not ideal. I don't know... I don't know if this goes away at a server restart. It goes away if I leave. Allegedly. Dang, I may be on a time rush now. At the very least, before the server restarts, I'd need to move this respawn pod, which means I need the power. Not the pod, the survival kit. Which means I need power on that other base. Which I now have. Yeah, oh, and the O2H2 gen. I don't strictly need an O2H2 gen. Yeah, but it would be handy. I don't have storage. I may just have to risk it. And hope that this survival pod is still here. In theory, if the server restarts but I don't actually leave, I think I'd still be good? I don't know how that works. Let's focus on getting this up and then hope that things go the way we need them to. Okay, we've got the assembler up. I think I am gonna transfer the survival kit. Because this way, at the very least, I'll have, the progress I've made here thus far will be saved. Even if this pod goes away, I can start with this assembler and all the, stuff. And what I may do is just grind down as much of what I have here as I can.
Energy critical.
And put it in here. Grind down as much of the pod, and then hopefully I start with most everything. Really, all I'll lose is the battery on there. Okay, we'll put that stuff in there. Dang it, I don't think... Can't store my bottles anywhere. Ooh, unless... Will I have enough time for this? There we go. Extra storage and a seat. Nope. That might be the server. We'll see how much... Oh, nope. Yes? I don't have long. That's probably the server. I hope that it doesn't go away because it was unlocked here. That could happen. That would be kind of a bummer if I would have been able to save the battery on this thing. I've just made it so I can't because I grinded stuff away. Ooh. Hey, look at that. This is still here. Oh, I may not. Okay, then I am now here too. Oh boy. Game is thinking hard. But that's good. I can keep some of these materials. Mainly just steel, but I'm gonna need steel. So I guess we'll just grind everything and then see how much more I need for finishing up that refinery. And this is an awful lot of work for what really amounts to next to nothing material-wise. But it would also be a lot of work mining stone, so really it's just choosing which work I do. The other benefit of grinding all this down is that I get access to that battery that I can use. So I think my play here is going to be building a small grid ship. I actually have an idea for it, but I'm going to need to... there's some testing I want to do real quick to see if I can do the idea in the way that I'm envisioning. Probably kill two birds with one stone on that. Because it would also be nice to continue my little drill trick.
Energy low.
Actually, oh, I just had a even better stupid idea for the drilling. I'm gonna have this battery. It's just gonna be sitting here. And you can push with your engineer, you can push small grid batteries like this around. If I stick a drill straight onto this battery and push it along the stone, I get to mine. It's basically a big hand miner that I can leave for a minute and do something else.
Energy critical.
Oops. Time to have a seat. Can't remember if sitting... I think they're about the same speed, actually, sitting versus charging on a respawn kit. Oh, I should also get my bottles, because that's going to prolong my life, though I do no longer have a source of oxygen built. I'm going to have to build myself an O2H2 gen. That can be what I use the stalk that I haven't talked about yet for. So I'm going to build a stalk off the base. I was thinking that that's where the drill would be. Had a better idea for the drill. Still want the stalk. And it'll let me do that little test I want to do. It'll let me build a small grid O2H2 gen. And I don't have to worry about... Well, I guess I could just place it there for the stone. Now, can I... Ooh. Yes, I can push that. Maybe a little too well. That should be fine, because, I mean, this doesn't have to be intelligent. I now have big drill. I can just push it there. And go. I'm gonna assume that it's not doing damage to that. Also, I see a potential issue here. Big drill just drills itself into the ground. But I guess that sort of solves the problem. So now we put that in there. We tell that to produce all the materials. We have the cheapest plunge miner. Okay, this seems to be working. Let's, where is Hinge? There is Hinge. So, if I get some steel, build my hinge. Don't even think I need to fully build it. I want to stick one of these, and yep, I can just build it straight away. That's good. So, I think I had ice. Yeah, I have ice in the seat. Now we have somewhere where we can actually refill our air and hydrogen, which is also good. I should also get everything I can out for that, and then maybe set the rest to production on here. Get the ores out of here. This is basically going to be the deal is... Oh, yeah, look at that, I'm done. Okay, so then it'll just be the battery up there, which I will have to produce stuff for. Then our little base is done. Alright, real quick. Projector. Let's just pop this on here. Okay. Now what I'm testing here is, do projectors work? Yes, they do. Haha. So, some of you may recognize the vehicle that's half embedded in the ice here. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to use as the basis for my rocket. And normally, I would design something from scratch. As much as I enjoy building blueprints for other people to use and enjoy, I like to build my own stuff fresh. But this is a little bit of a weird series, and I kind of think that it would be fitting for my idea of what I'm going to do at my destination. So that idea may change as I reach my destination, but I think for the moment we're going to be building and then modifying a camper van. Well, I can also now... Everything goes into the refinery. Oh, except... I don't think I have enough power for both of these. So if we turn our assembler off... So it needs 330. We're getting 244. Dang it. Okay. Can't do that yet. We'll have to do our final bit of... How much does the survival kit need? 200. Well, now I'm confused. This should be working. What's going on? Okay, I may be experiencing some bad server desync. As you can see, I'm charging on the survival kit. Nothing's happening. I was able to sit in the seat. We're gonna try a quick reconnect here. Okay. Are you doing things? I'm very confused. Oh, actually, hold on. I wonder if this is what's happened. So, as you may be able to notice, it's rather foggy. Fog cuts down to power wind turbines generate. I wonder if I was desynced on the weather. So, the server thought that weather was like this. My client thought weather was different. So even though there was no issue and the wind turbine seemed to be reading correctly, in reality there wasn't power. Which kind of means at this point, I need 200 kilowatts to run that, 280 for that, 330 for that. I think for the moment I'm kind of screwed until this weather clears. Yeah, because I don't have the stuff for a second wind turbine. Well, we can at least... gonna get prepped for one. Yeah, this is why a battery comes in handy. We'll keep our mining drone, quote-unquote, drilling. Get enough stuff ready so that when the weather lifts and we actually have electricity again, we can make the most of it. I wonder... why... Out of construction components. Ooh, weather cleared though. This probably doesn't need all of these. Just, you know, because eventually it's gonna run out of... run out of range. We'll stick an antenna onto our mining drone. There we go. That way we can just remote control it whenever we want to. We're producing 220. This needs 200. Why? What am I missing? What has gone wrong? This is very confusing. Let's see how much of this we can get. And hope that this isn't some broader bug where for some reason I can no longer process ores. Because if that's the case, I mean, this is a server, there's nothing I can do. I don't think this will do much, but if I put this just a little higher, it'll give us a little bit more power. This is kind of annoying, actually. So for some reason, the survival
Energy
kit just
low.
doesn't work for anything. Let's get some energy. I'm going to try building a new one. And hope that maybe... hope that it's just a bug with that block. Because if it's this whole grid is just broken, well, that's going to be an issue. Well, that's not a good sign. Oh. Okay, it is producing... Is it? Hold on. What the... This is all very bugged. Okay, well, we're gonna try something even more new. I don't like it being broken. Take from this first. I'm gonna just move it. Oh. Oh. Oh, I think I get what was happening. So yes, this had enough power to run on its own. But because this was on and had stone in it, it was trying to process taking all the power in the base, meaning this couldn't run. Okay. Well, now we have that fixed. That was a bit of a brain lapse on my part, though, in fairness, I sort of figured... I think I'm queuing up a lot of stuff. Stop that. Yeah, in fairness, I kind of thought that if it didn't have... I just thought that if it couldn't run, it just wouldn't take any power. Obviously, that's not the case. So that's up and running. And now... Yeah. So I now have 500... whatchamahoozits of what I need. Build this back again. Stick what I can in there. Now we're going. Okay. Power's a little iffy, but we seem to be producing stuff. Let's get into mining drone. Send it a little deeper into the core. Oh, we actually chewed through all the stone. Okay. I kind of figured that it would last. It was a full load in the inventory. I figured it would last a little longer than it did. Alright. We now have battery. Got everything else going. This is good. So... Blueprint. Road warrior. It won't show the wheels. That's fine. It's also going to be a pain to see what I'm doing on this thing. No, that's not a flat block. These are some right down here. Let's maybe stick one more block there. And then get it into position. But not quite that position. And that should work. Now, how much of this I'll actually be able to build, we're gonna find out. Most of it, the only real exotic material I'll need would be silver. And I will need some because part of my idea here is I'm gonna want the cryo bays. Or at least a cryopod. And everything else should be doable. Coincidentally, this grid's designed before the smaller wheels. I could probably make this thing again slightly smaller. May have to do that at some point, but for now this'll work. Let's see if I just get a bunch of steel plate. Let's see how much of that I can build. I may actually. Show only buildable. So I want to get this lower, the lower sort of deck built first, or at least placed out, because I think that'll make it a little easier to see what's going on. You know, gonna be a bit of a pain to build all this by hand. Maybe I design a welding rig down here. Do I build a welding rig off of this? Or do I build a ship to make it work? I think maybe I build a rig off of this. Which probably means I want to adjust some things. Okay. So we're gonna get rid of this from here. Because if I'm doing something, you know, with fancy machines, I can do it much more simply. That works.
Energy low.
We will also just stock up on those real quick. Get rid of... Oh, we'll get that ice in a second. Oh, nuts. A couch doesn't have storage.
Inventory full.
We'll get that ice in another second. Gonna build another hinge. Get rid of that. Put on small head. This time we're actually gonna build these things. Okay. Medium cargo there. Now we should be able to well, we need to make sure we have the stuff. This cargo is basically here so I have access to the cargo still. Because all this is technically piped with the big pipes, I can still pull and push everything through this cargo container. Because this is about to cover up my access. Okay, now that we have that, I'm actually going to grind down our faithful mining drone and put this drill on the base. That way I can have an automated mining system. Or at least a, you know, I can have a push drill that pushes into the stone and I don't have to go over to it all the time. For the welding rig, we're going to want to use big bits. Oh, nuts. I should have done this differently. It's part of my issue here. I don't have cargo pass through anywhere. Okay.
Energy low.
Well, here's an idea. So, I want to withdraw the bits and put them to production for one conveyor junction. I could actually probably use a T-piece. Those are a little cheaper. So once I build this, I can get rid of my basic assembler temporarily, put a junction in, move it over one, then I can build the welding apparatus I'm going to use off of that. Because I think with large grid I can get away with 4 welders, hopefully. 4 welders will hopefully be enough width for the vehicle. I need some interior plate. So they're all actually connected to things. So now we try and build these. And actually... well, that's not quite right. you can stay. So if I build this one, it should at least be able... I don't think it'll do these... Oh, and it won't. Never mind. I was thinking I could use that one to weld everything together. Because welders can actually weld themselves. Well, they can weld the other welders. The issue is, this one has to be built for the cargo pass-through, so... Alright. Then... turn that on. Yep, it's welding something. I assume these two weld. I don't actually know how this works. But this means I can go about extending my drill rig a bit. Get some more materials. And things should automatically build themselves. And more fog. Apparently this is a foggy place. Ow. I just welded myself. And because this is on a hinge, I could technically also angle it around. And I may do that after this push. We should have the distance. I kind of point it more this way. Maybe back a little bit too. Slowly ticking through stuff. I don't know why it's choosing on... I guess it's choosing the low steel things. Now... I guess... maybe over here. We'll pop a piston. I can't remember if the vehicle... Can't remember if it's long enough that this piston will do it. I guess worst comes to worst, the piston will get us most of the way there. So, got our piston. We're gonna need another hinge with a small grid conversion. And then I actually want it to droop down like so. Yeah, I may just build it. Maybe let's see if we can up the friction.
Energy low.
So I want this pointing basically straight down. Yeah, which it's not gonna do. Oh, maybe it will. This way I don't actually have to build this hinge. I can just hinge lock it in place, braking torque to insane. Okay. So then I can move these to sort of position the projector in the right spot. And actually, if I just turn on the welders, I can just kind of build this. No, we should eventually get that stuff. Oh, yep. There it went. No? Something went. Oh. Okay, I guess we are building the hinge. Alright. Well. Unfortunately, we aren't where I was hoping to be. Things aren't quite as speedy of a speed run as I was aiming for. But, something's happening, obviously. So, I guess I'll just keep at it. Again, I think I'm just gonna keep recording until, you know, until I'm done. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. Feel free to check out any of the stuff I've done or anything anyone's done, really. Just, check things out. Until next week, bye bye.